Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, yet another blockbuster match is upon us. I really want to take the game to them, man. I don't want to be timid. I want to be able to win this match against Man United.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea versus Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. Look, fourth versus fifth. There's a lot that is riding on this match. If we get a win, we can potentially be level on points with Spurs, level in terms of games played as well. If Man United get the win, they leapfrog us. And, the battle for top four just becomes that much more spicier. Look, the record against them hasn't been that good in recent times. I think the last four matches, they've all been draws. 0-0, 1-1. So it's been boring affairs as well, to be honest. It's been strange. I think last couple of times, Man United really, they didn't take the game to us. They've kind of sat back. Similarly, it's not like we've absolutely balled out either. We've been timid at times as well. So and the last few matches against Aston Villa and Brentford, look, as much as we got 4 points out of it, and obviously we got out of the Aston Villa situation, and also some sort of situation we got out of the whole Brentford match as well, unscathed. Potentially could have won that. Then again, Brentford could have won that as well. And maybe in the bigger scheme of things, new manager, it's going to take a bit of time for the philosophy to embed. It's going to take a bit of time for all the players to feel that chemistry within each other, I suppose. But I don't want to move into this match feeling like we have to respect Man United too much. I know Man United just had a very, very good game against Spurs, a very good win against them. And this is the thing, Man United, against the top 16, their record, not just this season, even previous seasons, have been pretty all right. I know last season they got decimated, but besides that, even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, like their record against top six have been good. And I feel this Man United team, even though they're coming off a win, they have flaws, man. We can get to them. We just need to be bold enough and do that. The issue is at times our execution isn't to the mark, and sometimes the creativity fails us as well. But I feel Graham Potter, he's got a good history. When he was a Brighton manager, he's been able to get the best, bit of success from Man United. I hope Graham Potter tactically he gets this right from the get-go, because in last couple of matches against Aston Villa and Brentford, I don't know tactically if he was sort of on top of it from the get-go. Yes, he was proactive to change things around. And yes, we as a fan base majority, we didn't complain as to what lineup he provided. But as the match started in those two previous matches, we could clearly see there was something wrong. But good thing about Graham Potter was he was proactively changing things to rectify the situation. So look, moving into this match, ladies and gentlemen, I just want our players to go out there and at home entertain the crowd. I'm not saying be open and don't have any focus on defense, but at the same time, let's not be so timid where we are not committing too many men up front because we're worried about their pace. So look, this is the formation I'm going to go with, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the lineup. I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. I don't want to go with a 3 at the back. I mean, look, potentially this 4-2-3-1 will become a 3 at the back anyway, depending on which fullback bombs up. The other fullback will have to cover as a 3 at the back. So if it's the left-sided fullback that goes up, then the right-sided fullback will have to slide in and create a back 3. I think generally these days, managers, they like to have a balance of 5 in defense and 5 in offense. And at times they may throw in an extra man, the 6th person in offense. But of course, we can't disregard Man United's pace. There's no doubt about that. The way I picture the match happening in my head, let's see if it happens in reality, is that most probably Man United is not going to, want the ball too much. By default, they're probably going to allow us to keep the ball. It wouldn't be like the AC Milan match at home where with Tonali and Benacer, we kind of give them a sense of false security that you're in control, but really you're not. So look, we may not be able to perform that particular situation again because Man United, they don't have a Tonali and Benacer to control the possession in that manner. So by default, I think we're going to have a lot of the possession. And what I want us to do is kind of lure them in. They're going to be happy to be in a mid block to a low block potentially and try and be resolute in defense and then try and catch us in the counter with the pace that they have up front. And they've got a lot of pace with Rashford. Jadon Sancho can be a bit iffy, but they can bring in pace through Anthony as well, and so on and so forth. Diego Dalot is a very pacey fullback too, and he's been very good in recent times. So I want us to, with possession, kind of lure them in a little bit, give them a sense that you can press us, and they press us, and then we try and beat their press and see what damage we can do up front. But that's the thing, I'm very weary about up front. I'm also weary about their midfield as well, with Casemiro playing really well. And potentially it's going to be much like the Spurs sort of set up Casemiro as the deepest midfielder. Then you've got Fred just in front, and then you've got Bruno Fernandes. So look, they've got quality. There's no doubt about that. Let's go with the team right now. I think this will be Kepa's biggest challenge. I think there will be long-range shots here. Anthony is not shy of popping off with his left foot from long range. So we need to be very careful. I need to see how Kepa responds to that. In recent times, he's been sensational. Aston Villa and Brentford, it was him. It was him who got us the point. So let's see in this particular challenge where when the shots are coming from far, how he fares with them. I'm pretty sure even Bruno Fernandes will fancy himself a couple of shots here and there from long range. Fred, we saw against Spurs, can pop off a long one as well. So let's see what Kepa is capable of. Kepa passes this particular test against Man United, I think he'll go a long way in solidifying his position as the number one Chelsea goalkeeper. At the moment he is, but this could potentially be a banana skin. In the back four, this is where it gets tricky. Do I use Cucurella? Do I use Ben Chilwell? Both have been a bit strange, man. I'm not going to lie. As much as I want to give them, like you want to be so positive about them, but at times they've been so iffy, both of them. Ben Chilwell, the electric pace that Man United has. I don't know whether Ben Chilwell can cope with that in terms of recovery. He's still getting used to the whole situation of things, being injured for so long. His body's still coping with all of that. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to start Ben Chilwell. I'll go with Cucurella purely because of his ability to match up with the pace and defensively be solid as well. The one poor thing about Cucurella is offensively, he's incapable at the moment to deliver those key passes, which is so important for a fullback. So hopefully he can lift that game. His record when he was in Brighton against Man United was sensational. So hopefully Cucurella can reinvigorate those feelings, my man, when you played against Man United. In the back two, I'm going to go with Thiago Silva. And at the moment, I think Chalobah is undroppable. Chalobah really is. I think he's once again rekindling those early form that we saw last season, and he's bringing those form back, and he's looking after experienced members like Koulibaly when they make mistakes. So Chalobah at the moment, I think, plays his pace, his power, his energy is going to be very important against players like Rashford, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, and the likes. Do you know what I mean? So for me, Chalobah. In the right position, well, do we have any other options? It's going to be Aspie. Aspie in the last couple of games actually hasn't been bad, but I'm just worried, man. The more you use him, it's not a secret. He's not someone who's going to be able to bomb up and down with pace, defend in a resolute manner like Reece James does, but he'll keep things as simple as he can. He can keep things as neat as he can. Can he handle the pace that Man United will have? Potentially on that side, it may be Jadon Sancho. So let's see. Jadon Sancho hasn't been that good, but you never know, man. These sort of matches, we saw what Jadon Sancho did last season against us. Got that goal off the back of that mistake from Jorginho. So look, can't disregard them. And with this setup at the back, as I said, if Aspie bombs up, you expect Cucurella to tuck in and create a back three. If Cucurella pops up, Aspie to tuck in and create a back three. In the middle, I think I'm going to go with Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek. I think this is the dynamic sort of duo. As much as I wouldn't mind if Jorginho started, I'm just worried that intensity, that pace, that pressing could catch him out, and that could just end up being detrimental. at least with Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, they've got the capability to hold for themselves. Do you know what I mean? So, Ruben Loftus-Cheek being physical, we need a physical presence in the middle. With them having Casemiro and potentially Fred, we need someone who's going to be able to match up to that and be able to break them up as well. And Kovacic's ability to manipulate with the ball is going to be just as important. In the left, I want to play Pulisic, man. I don't want us to be timid. I swear, I want us to take the game on to them, man. Honestly, and the way Pulisic played off the bench against Brentford, he deserves it. He deserved it way before that, to be honest. Against Wolves, he had a fantastic game. And the fact that he didn't play post that game a single minute, I find that quite strange. So Pulisic comes in, showed very good, intensity, energy, and technicality, and be, hunger to take on his man. So I'm going to go with Christian Pulisic on the left side. In the middle, Mason Mount. I need him to, once again, the way he was playing against the 2 matches against AC Milan, the Wolves game, want him to come back into that. And, if he can have that crazy one-off moment here and there, like the way he had against Aston Villa, combine all of that together, my man, I need this performance from you big time against Man United. And I believe he can do that as well. He steps up in the big game. So potentially he steps up. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, but Miz, what about the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? But look, at the moment, Mason Mount has been one of our better players. So I'm hoping he continues on with that. On the right side, none of this Havertz and all of that stuff. Havertz has been poor, and I'm not going to give him another opportunity in this particular match. He can take a bit of break. Sterling goes to the right. I think he can definitely play on the right. He's done that for Man City, and he's just as good on that right side. Just being able to hit the byline, take on the Man United fullbacks, Luke Shaw, and even at times just be fluid. Pulisic could go on that right side. Sterling could go on the left side and be able to take on Diego Dalot. I think that's where we could find a bit of success, maybe a bit of love when Man United do bomb up. If we can nick the ball and have our counter-attack off the back of their counter-attack, I suppose. So that's where we need to focus. And I think players like Pulisic and Sterling should really go at their defense as well, whether it's Rafael Varane, definitely Lisandro Martinez will be there. I know Martinez, there's a lot of stuff that's been hyped, that's been talked about. He's one of the better CBs in the Premier League, this, that, the other. Let's give the license to Sterling, Pulisic to really go at those defenders and see what damage they can do. Up front, Aubameyang, as much as Broja has impressed, I need the big man Aubameyang to come in and score goals, man. And hopefully he gets the support from Pulisic, Mount, and Sterling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my lineup. I do not want to be a coward at home. I do not want to be a timid at home. I want us to take the match on, but at the same time, don't be reckless. No one's asking for you to be reckless. Have a resolute defensive structure. Have a resolute off-the-ball plan. Nullify their threats in terms of their pacey forwards, midfield battle, try and win as many duels. This is the thing. It's so important to ensure we win the duels, man. We've got to individually win our duels. Very, very important. And then have that quality up front with Pulisic, Mount, Sterling, and Aubameyang. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my lineup. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like that lineup? Are you confident? How are you feeling about this match? Comment below. My score, honestly, I think we can keep a clean sheet. We've kept 5 clean sheets, I believe, in the last 5 matches in a row. We can potentially carry on with that. Defensively, we're right. I know Kepa has looked after us, but I feel like we've got something going on defensively where we should, as Chalobah said recently, they've sort of gave themselves a target to look after each other and have more clean sheets. The more clean sheets you have, it's just a matter of nicking a goal up front. So clean sheet, perhaps a 1-0, 2-0 victory. Come on, let's go. At Stamford Bridge, let's get a victory against Man United. Direct rival for the top 4. And yeah, there's a lot of incentive. Level up with Spurs and keep Man United on the bay. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.